Hello and welcome, everybody. If you are just tuning in, my name is Britt Abundant. I am a Los Angeles based yoga student and teacher, and always joining us is my little cat Jade. Um, but today we are going to do a fully seated practice. It's a little bit of somatic movement to help us kind of get into our bodies, and then we'll just do a short meditation. Um, I also wanted to, I think I'll start a few videos with this for a little bit, but I wanted to talk a little bit about props. I really suggest getting a yoga mat that's non-slip. So if you are ever in a downward facing dog or you're just like on all fours and you notice that your fingers are sliding forward or your feet are sliding back, you probably have a slippery mat. Um, a couple of fixes for that, you could get a mat towel, those are called yogi toes, or you could just get a mat that is non slip, so have a grip. And I never want to be a contributor to capitalism and consumerism, especially in the yoga world. I use an aloe mat. Honestly, I got it for free. But this blue mat that I have back here is from Yogi Bear, and that is a company that I do suggest supporting. Having yoga blocks as well is super helpful. These are like my love language, 2 blocks and a bolster. So those should be relatively accessible, I hope, but I do think that they'll make our practice together more cozy and nice. And then also a bolster. So I like to sit up on a pillow. Honestly, I've had this pillow forever, and then Jade took it from me and made it her pillow, so that's probably why she's trying to fight me right now. But a bolster, so this one I got from Manduka. It's another company that I think is like relatively good in this space. The last one would be a yoga strap. So honestly, if you already have a strap that you can like wrap around your mat to carry it, you could repurpose that, or they do have specific straps available for that. But just in the spirit of access, I really like to use props that will help make our movement practices just hopefully feel a little better. But for today's practice, you really don't need anything. If you like to sit on a pillow, if you like to sit on a block, those can be really nice. And we're just going to come into a comfortable seat. And a comfortable seat for you might be cross-legged. It might be sitting on your shins. And so just take a moment to kind of get yourself set in whatever way feels the most intuitive in your body. It's not something that you really need to overthink. And then as you arrive there, if it feels comfortable and safe in your body, just want you to close your eyes. And just for a couple of moments, really notice what it feels like to be in this breathing body. And start to deepen your breath. And a lot of times we move through the world with our breath pretty shallow, kind of stuck and constricted up into the chest. And so just start to pull the breath all the way down into your belly. And each exhale, really push all of that breath out. And take another big belly breath like that. Round out through your belly, fill up your lungs. Big open mouth exhale. You can keep your eyes closed, or if you prefer to open them and watch, that's totally fine too, but I will just cue us through this verbally. Start to shrug your shoulders up by your ears, and then pull your shoulder blades together on your back as you start to draw the shoulders down. Let's do that a couple of more times, rolling the shoulders up to the ears and drawing them together and down your back. And again, like that, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, roll your shoulders down. We'll move into a tapping exercise. So tapping really just helps us feel more comfortable in our bodies. As we move through this series, I'm going to try to give you a lot of different tools that you can have in your back pocket for when you need them outside of your practice space when life inevitably lights on you. So with tapping, we're just stimulating with our hands certain acupressure points in our bodies. And often as we do this, we're thinking to ourselves some sort of supportive mantra. So the one that I like to default to is I am safe. And to start, you'll bring both hands up to the space between your eyebrows. We want this to be on the very edge of the eyebrows, so like the part where you start to get some little eyebrow hairs. And just gently start to tap with your hands. I use my 2 middle fingers, so like the middle finger and the ring finger. Now we want to feel pressure, but not like hitting ourselves hard in the head. So just be gentle. And keep your breath moving. And from here, we'll pull both hands to the outer edges of our eyes, so the temple, gently tapping. Notice if your shoulder is lifted up by your ears, just try to soften them down into their sockets. And take a big breath in. Big open mouth. You might continue to anchor your attention on that mantra, I am safe. And the next point is the upper lip, right underneath the nose. Use just one hand for this one. Gently tapping. Notice if your jaw is tight or if there's any holding through your legs. And as we tap and we remind ourselves that we're safe, we just try to feel the body relax and soften. The next tapping point is right underneath the bottom lip on the front part of the chin. Notice if you're jutting your chin forward and pulling the head forward. Just try to pull your head back in space so we don't have that forward neck. The next spot to tap, we'll bring both hands back in. It's right underneath the collarbones. This one I use each of my fingertips, so pinky, ring, middle finger, and index. And keep pulling up through the crown of your head, but sinking deep into your sits bones, whether they're on a pillow, block, or just pushing directly down into your mat. The next spot is the breastbone, so the heart space. You can do this with one or both hands. Sometimes I like to use both. And feel the breath move in. And breath clears out. I am safe. And the next tapping posture position is, excuse me, underneath the armpits. So I like to bring my arms around like a little hug and just tapping on the rib cage, kind of the top-ish ribs. And I know a lot of us struggle with perfectionism. I do feel like that is a struggle. And so just know that there's really not a right or a wrong way to do this. Just try to let your body's intelligence guide the pressure of the tapping, the placement of the tapping. And from here, just wrap your arms around yourself like you're giving yourself a little hug. And start to sway gently side to side. And you're welcome to let your head and neck get involved as you find this side to side motion. Feel the spaciousness through your side bodies as you rock to the right and the left. And the sensation of swaying is one that I think our bodies remember. And so just notice how it's landing, if it's shifting anything. And it's okay if it's not. Really, our practice is just a noticing with as much non-judgment as we can. And we'll slowly arrive back up at the center, back into stillness. Release one hand onto your thigh, and one hand comes up to the top of your head. Our final tapping placement, top of the head. And take just one more deep breath in. Big release. Release both hands down onto your thighs. I would encourage palms facing down so you just can feel really grounded. And pull up through the crown of your head. Just get yourself a little bit taller. And take a big breath in through your nose. Hold the breath at the top. Take another little sip. Maybe one more. And keep holding. Pull your belly button in and then pull up, like the sensation that you have to go to the bathroom and you're holding it. And keep holding, just feeling the pressure build. Open your mouth, let it go. From here, we'll move into some Sufi rolls. And so I like to move my palms a little bit higher up on my thighs, a little closer to the hips, and really push down on yourself. And again, you can be in whatever seated posture feels comfortable, but it's like you're plugging yourself in. And then from here, just start to roll your upper half around. So it's like you're making big circles with your heart in space. And we take in a lot of visual stimulus throughout our days. And so maybe here you just close your eyes, trusting that you're in a safe place and become a lot less reliant on your eyesight. And gently switch the direction out. And we'll arrive back in a seated posture. Take another big belly breath in. Big audible. Well, from here, we'll start to move into some gentle neck rolls. So drop your chin down towards your chest and just start to rotate slowly side to side. So it's like you're making little half circles, drawing a little smile with your chin through space. And we'll come back up through the center. Slowly turn your gaze to look to your left and over to your right. And keep this nice and slow, just gently looking side to side. Again, you're welcome to keep your eyes closed. And sometimes eyes closed helps us to keep our energy contained. Looking outward can be kind of like an outsourcing. And just stay really present with whatever you're feeling in your body. It doesn't have to be a good or a bad, it's just the thing that's here with you. We'll come back up through the center. Keep lifting up through the top of your head and reach your arms up overhead. Drop your left hand down onto your mat. You could come onto a block or a bolster if you want the earth a little closer to you, and then just start to stretch your right arm up and over. Notice if your right shoulder is hinging forward. And try to roll your right shoulder open towards the left so your heart space, your chest, stay really open. And keep reaching over to the left side, but plugging down through your right hip. So you're isolating this opening through the right side ribs, underarm. And breathe in. Big sigh. And gently come back up through the center. And then from here, we're just going to switch it out. Drop your right hand down. Lift your left arm up. Plugging down through the left hip. Rolling open through your left shoulder. And stay connected to your breath. Move the breath all the way into the belly. Exhales, push it all the way out. And come back up through the center. Make a little fist, and then roll your thumbs towards the back. And start to pull your arm bones back in space. Sometimes what happens is our belly wants to compensate. And so if you notice your belly pushing forward, just try to pull your belly button back, keep your spine really neutral, and then keep pulling your arm bones back. So it gets a little spicy in the shoulders. And then just observe how your body reacts when it gets a little uncomfortable. Maybe there's a gripping through the jaw, holding the breath, tightening up through the legs and the glutes. And with each exhale breath, just remind yourself to soften. And keep pulling your arms back. Take a breath in. Big exhale. And gently come back up through the center, just reaching your arms up. And from here, bend your right elbow, drop your left hand on top of that elbow. With your left hand, imagine you could push your right shoulder down into its socket. And you can push your hand into your head and your head back into your hand. And friends, you're welcome to stay like this or reach your left arm up and then draw it back behind you. And we've got options here. You could either have the left hand kind of reaching for the right hip or explore a bound variation. So reaching the left hand for your right fingers. And this is a shape that would be really good with a strap if you had that available to you. And wherever you are, just take one more breath in. Big exhale. Really gently release that. Reach both arms up. Shrug your shoulders down into their sockets, and then we'll just switch that out. Bend your left elbow, pull your right hand on top of that left elbow, and then give it a gentle push down. And push your arm into your head back into your arm. Again, noticing if the belly is splaying forward, just trying to keep the belly really neutral. And our two sides could be different, so if this is feeling like the jam on this side, just stay here. If you want that exploration, release the right arm up and then sweep it back behind you. A little more gentle, we reach the right hand for the left hip. A little more sensation, we might reach the right hand for the left fingers, make the clasp. Maybe you use a strap. One of my favorite teachers and mentors and friends yesterday taught a variation of this and used her long ponytail as a connector. So as she always says, use what you got. I love that. And wherever you are, take a big breath in. Big exhale. Be gentle with yourself as you release this. We'll reach both arms up. Draw your hands together at your heart space. And from here, we'll just bring one hand onto the heart. I like the left hand. And allow for the other hand to rest on your belly. And just as we started, come back to the sensation of the body breathing. And as you sit in stillness, it is totally normal for the mind to wander. And that's really like our capital Y yoga practice. I'll say that a lot in this channel. This practice really is just a noticing how often our minds like to wander, letting ourselves get curious about where they like to go. And then once we've given that a little space to be witnessed, We practice coming back, feeling the body breathe, feeling where we've been planted in space, really just practicing arrival into the present from moment to moment. Notice if your legs have tensed up, your breath has gotten shallow, if there's any holding in your face. And let each exhale out, do your best to let that go. And together, take one more big breath in. Hold it at the top, take another little sip. Keep holding, keep pulling the belly in, pulling up through the space like it feels like you're holding, going to the bathroom. And open your mouth, let it go. If you had your eyes closed, you're welcome to flutter them open. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that that felt really grounding. I hope that you got a little bit of peace. And no matter when you do these practices, allowing them to be the reminder that you can always come back into yourself. Even if you don't have all this time, you can take a little piece of whatever maybe felt good and just hold on to that for whenever you might need it. Take good care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.